You won't believe what happened when a peaceful afternoon of fishing turned into a full-blown neighborhood scandal, complete with screaming, police sirens, and viral fame. And it all started because my 78-year-old grandpa picked up his fishing pole and walked to the pond behind his house. That's it. No trespassing, no crime, just a man trying to enjoy retirement. But to HOA Karen, it was the crime of the century. Let me tell you what really happened, and how one entitled woman's power trip got her publicly humiliated, exposed on the local news, and forced out of the HOA she thought she controlled. Let's rewind. My grandpa is a tough guy, the kind of old-school salt-of-the-earth man who wakes up before the sun, sharpens his own tools, and still writes thank you letters by hand. He served 2 tours overseas, came home, started a plumbing business, raised 3 kids, and bought a small piece of heaven on the edge of town. It's a quiet green plot tucked away at the back of a developing neighborhood, with a private pond that reflects the trees like a postcard. He's lived there for 30 years, and every single Sunday, without fail, he fishes. It's his tradition. It's therapy. Now enter Karen. Know the type. Short blonde bob, expensive yoga outfits, that shrill voice that carries 2 blocks without a mic. She moved in about a year ago, and within 2 months, she became president of the HOA. Not by vote, mind you, but by wearing everyone down until they just gave her the position. She changed everything. Suddenly, there were fines for garbage bins being visible, inspections for lawn height, and threats of fees if holiday lights stayed up too long. You couldn't breathe in this neighborhood without risking a violation letter taped to your front door. And while most neighbors quietly grumbled and complied, my grandfather, being just outside the HOA's legal reach, didn't play along. That infuriated her. See, our property technically touches the neighborhood, but isn't part of the HOA's registered land. It was grandfathered in, no pun intended, when the rest of the homes were developed. We pay no dues, follow no HOA rules, and frankly, we like it that way. But Karen didn't. She saw Grandpa as a rogue, rule breaker, a threat to her little suburban dictatorship. So when she saw him fishing by the pond one Sunday morning, she marched down the road like a soldier, clipboard in one hand, phone in the other, and fury written all over her face. I was inside making coffee when I heard the yelling. "You are in violation of neighborhood regulations," she screamed. Grandpa, not even looking up from his line, just said, "What regulation? This is my land." That made her go ballistic. She pointed at the pond. "That's protected green space. You can't fish here without HOA approval." Grandpa turned calmly and said, "Ma'am, I've been fishing here since the 90s, before your HOA even existed. You might want to check your records." It's the wrong thing to say to someone like Karen, because within seconds, he was on the phone calling the cops. "I'm reporting an aggressive trespasser," she said loudly, making sure we could all hear. I grabbed my phone and walked out onto the porch. "Karen," I called out, "you're about to embarrass yourself." She turned to me, nostrils flaring. "You people think you're above the law. Well, the HOA is the law here." 15 minutes later, 2 squad cars pulled up. And this is where it gets hilarious. The cops walk out, kinda confused. They look at Grandpa, old man in a flannel shirt, gently whistling and reeling in a line. Then they look at Karen, who's practically foaming at the mouth. This man is illegally fishing on HOA property. She yells, "I want him removed." The officers, trying to stay professional, ask for ID, proof of HOA jurisdiction and property documents. Karen hands them some crumpled HOA guidelines and points aggressively toward the water. See Section 12.1. No disruption of wildlife or fishing in common areas. The officer frowns. "Ma'am, do you have a survey map?" "According to our system, this land belongs to the Hartley residents." "That's Mr. Hartley's private lot." Karen froze. "No," she stammered. "That can't be. The pond is ours. It's for the community." One cop asks Grandpa, "Sir, do you have a property survey or deed handy?" without saying a word. Grandpa pulls a folded document from his tackle box and hands it over. Classic Grandpa move. The cop reads it, looks at Karen, then looks at Grandpa. Sir, you're well within your rights. This pond is on your land. Karen didn't like that. Well, he threatened me. She shrieked. He said I was noise. That's verbal harassment. Now, up until this point, Grandpa had been the picture of calm, but something in him shifted. He stood slowly with that cane of his, straightened his back, and said, Lady, I fought in 2 wars. I've buried friends who never made it home. And I've worked hard for every inch of this land. So, no, I didn't threaten you. I just told the truth. Your noise. Even the officers cracked a smile. Karen, red as a tomato, spun on her heels and stormed off, but not before screaming, this isn't over. She was right, because what came next was her biggest mistake yet. The next day, Grandpa got a letter. In the mail, from the HOA, a formal violation notice. It said he owed $1,000 for fishing on protected HOA wetlands and disrupting common resources. We laughed so hard. Then we lawyered up. C. Not only was our land not part of the HOA, but their attempt to fine us for using our own pond was a legal overstep, and our lawyer knew it. We sent a cease and desist and a warning that if another attempt was made to collect false fines, we'd pursue harassment charges and seek damages. That should have ended it. But Karen, oh no, she wasn't done. She posted on the HOA Facebook group calling Grandpa a danger to the neighborhood, claiming he was armed and hostile and had threatened a community leader. So I posted the video. Yep, the one I recorded during her meltdown. I uploaded it to Reddit, then YouTube. I titled it, HOA Karen calls cops on elderly veteran for fishing on his own land. It went viral overnight. Within 48 hours, local news picked it up. Then national blogs. Then HOA watchdog forums. Karen was now internet famous. Memes exploded. My favorite, a photoshopped picture of Grandpa holding a fishing rod like a weapon, with the caption, armed and dangerous, fishing without HOA approval. The fallout was glorious. Other neighbors started questioning Karen's leadership. Stories came out about her fining people over mailboxes, threatening to ban dogs from the park, calling CPS on a family because their kids played outside barefoot. A petition began circulating, and within a month, Karen resigned completely. No warning, no speech. Just vanished from the HOA, moved out 2 months later. As for Grandpa, he's become a bit of a local legend. Every Sunday, he still fishes. Same rod, same chair. Only now neighbors bring him lemonade. Someone made him a custom flag that says Pond King. A kid down the road even asked if he could learn how to fish from the old guy who beat the HOA. And the best part? The HOA officially amended their rule book, adding a clause stating they have no jurisdiction over 9 HOA properties. All because one woman tried to control a pond she didn't own and underestimated a quiet man with a cane and a stubborn streak. So here's the lesson. Know your rights. Stand up for your peace. And never let anyone bully you off your own land, especially not someone with a clipboard and a power trip, Grandpa. Didn't flinch, he didn't shout. He didn't fight back with fists. He stood his ground, told the truth, and let the world see what real dignity looks like. And in the end, Karen was just noise. If you like this story, leave a comment, share your own HOA nightmares, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Trust me, there's more where this came from.